Okay, so the goal of this session is mainly for how to clone basically the repo and how to run that locally, right? So we have the architecture right here, right? And basically, as we know, the code is right here in the GitHub. So basically, let's go for the GitHub and let's just take the current command. Let's just do git clone for the current repo, and it's going to clone the current repo right here. Great. So we have the current repo right here, and as we can see, for example, we have a README here that we can see, for example, in preview. And from this README here, we have those usage guide that we're going to use right now, right? Great. So the first thing, we have some prerequisites. I'm assuming basically that you basically already have all the prerequisites. So basically already install UV, Docker, Ngrok, also gcloud, CLI, and finally get all the current APIs right here. Great. Once you get that, since we have clone, and basically let's go inside the current folder. So let's do a CD there. Great. First thing we need to do then is to make init right here, because this is going to generate a .env right here, like the .example right here, and basically just need to complete this current session right here with our current variables. I'm just going to do that as well, and see you one sec. Great. Now that we have done it, basically the current goal is to already did make init. Basically we already have. Now let's do the make setup. The goal is basically for the setup. Every time we can see, for example, the make file what each command does, but the setup is basically going to do a UV sync lock, and it's just going to install the packages right here in the venv folder right here. Great. Once we have that, we're just going to do make setup db. This is basically going to set up our current tables in Supabase, and let's run it. And also, like, we're able to see, so basically right now in Supabase we don't have anything, and then the tables are going to start appearing here. Once the full process is completed, we're going to see all the tables here. Now it's basically doing the crawl for AI, which is basically the crawling perspective from my website, and then basically you can basically change that as well to crawl, for example, your own website. And now it's completed. We can just refresh right here, and we're going to see that we have all the tables right here, especially the collection and the embedding with the current embeddings from the website, which is my website, newy.com, but basically you can change for your own as well. Great. Once we have that, we have the Postgres already set up. Great. We already have the Langfuse as well already set up. Now we're just going to make run prompt ingestion. That's basically going to ingest the prompts over right here. So we can see, for example, the current prompts we have. Let me just delete the current ones so that we can create the other ones. And all this process is already described in the README as well. Let's run this, make run prompt ingest. It's just going to run this script. You can click right here and you're just going to see that's going to create those following prompts. Now, if we refresh Langfuse, we can see that the prompts are right here. 3 prompts, 1 for each agent, basically. Yeah, so right here, we can see, so basically the 3 agents, each one with a single prompt, for example. Great. Perfect. Now we have that, and now the goal is to run Chainlit, right? And then basically the first thing is to run Chainlit. So if we just run this make docker Chainlit, is just basically going to create the image and basically run the process right now. Let me just do a docker compose down because I was running it. Then we're able to see that. Great, let's do it again. Now we don't have the image anymore. Let's run the image, and yeah, let's wait a bit. Great, now we can see, for example, that we have the container running right here on 8081. If we just click it and just change right here, we can see that it's running Chainlit right here. Great, it's currently running perfect. And let's test some messages, right? Let's say hi. We can also check the logs as well from the container to make sure everything's working fine. So it's, yeah, hello, how can I see today? And great. And then we can also see it takes some time, but basically the trace goes to Langfuse as well, to the cloud version. So let's wait a bit and show you in sec. Great, so going to Langfuse, we can see right here that we have a trace, and then basically, as discussed on the previous session, basically we have the first call of the chat, the orchestrator, and basically we can see that it was calling the answer directly, and then it called the answer directly, and finally it answered with this the orchestrator agent. Great, so it's currently working perfect. Now let's go out of this. We can just kill this terminal for now, it's fine. And let's just do a docker compose down, or we can do a make docker, I think make it docker down. Yeah, perfect. Great. So now Chainlit's running, we already checked that. Now let's run the Telegram. For the Telegram perspective, we have to basically run the Telegram webhook. What this is going to do, basically, this is going to get, if we click here, this is going to get in our .env file the settings, so the reg telegram token. So it's basically going to use this reg telegram token and the webhook base URL. So basically you have to change this telegram token for the token that you have from your Telegram bot that you created. And basically the webhook base URL, it's going to be our ngrok session. So let's do that. So the first thing we need to do in terminal 1 basically is to run ngrok right here. And then basically from ngrok, we can see that we have this URL right here. Take this URL and basically go into your .env here and just replace your current variable. Let me just do that in a sec. Great. So now we have ngrok already running, great. Now let's run this run Telegram webhook basically. And it's already saying, so this is your new webhook. It must match the webhook right here. Great, it's matching. And now let's run the Docker Telegram. So it's basically going to run the current Docker image for Telegram. And let's wait a bit. Great, things were running and it's right here. So basically we can do again, we can check the logs. So apparently it's running fine. And for testing that, let's go over Telegram to test. So we're in Telegram. This is my agent local that I've created. This is the name. And then this one is like later we're going to see in GCP that we're going to deploy. Great. So no message yet. Let's start then with a start. Hello, I'm reg agent. That's fine. And let's say hi, for example. And we're going to see, for example, that it's going to answer here. So it's going to give me 200 there too. So we can see that it's currently typing, hello, how can I see today? And then we can make a question about the current reg system. So basically, what services do you offer? Currently typing, we can see again that we have 200 here. It just takes some time because it's currently doing the retrieval part of the process as well, and has also the latency from the current application too. Great, now we have the answer, and yeah, it's great. So basically we offer a range of services, including some of the services, and it's all corrected based on my current website, newit.com, and I think it's everything matching, so it's perfect. Let's wait a bit to see the current logs here, the traces here as well. Great, so it's right here, and then we can click right here in the trace, and then we're going to see right now that we have the question we did. So what services do you offer? And we can see that it took basically it has two tools, and the tool that was chosen was the useReg agent. Basically this tool was chosen, and basically we can see that the tool was called, the chat OpenAI here, searching the response basically. Then we can see the tool search knowledge base right here. That's basically doing the search part. And finally, we have another agent. So it's always like one chat, which is like services offer. Let's search the knowledge base. So let's call this tool called, and basically summarizing and basically getting the response. Finally, the orchestrator is going to answer the user with this answer right here. So that's it. Great. Also, we can see the current messages being ingested in our current table right here in Codebase. And then, for example, our conversation. So, hi, hello, how can I assist today? From the Chainlit interface right here. So basically, we can see that. Also, the conversation was stored right here. And then we have the conversation from Telegram as well. So basically, hi, hello, how can I assist today? And what services do you offer? And the final answer from the agent as well. So we can see all of that in our current Postgres table as well.